Well, what should you know about the other teachers that already work in this building that you are walking into? You got to remember that, well, you're going to know that those teachers have been there, some of them a very long time. You're a new face. They've seen new faces come and go, and they don't know anything about you yet. Some of them will go out of their way to be friendly to you. Other ones, they won't even bother to learn your name. You're going to have to just be okay with that. Be kind to everyone. And realize that some teachers might be threatened by you. You don't know the history of the person before you. You don't know how your position came to be, or, you know, there might be some past thing that sets them up to not like you before you even walk in the door. It's going to happen, but my advice would be to walk in that teacher, introduce yourself, ask them for some advice, figure out, oh, hey, I see you're working with the same eighth graders that I'm going to be working with. What's your advice for the first day of school? And just try to act like they're going to help you. And everyone wants to be helpful. Everyone wants to be a guru. Everyone wants to be an expert. And if you treat them like an expert, well, you might get past some of those negative things that go on. There's in schools there might just be some clickiness, or there might be some, I've never gotten along with anyone on that whole team, and so this new person on that team, I'm just not going to get along with them. A teacher might not think that, in the conscious part of their brain, but you might be walking into something where you need to actively try to get away from whatever negative thought that they have. And so putting yourself out there, being, forward and trying to be teachable is the best way to get past that, in my experience. Other teachers just won't want to be friends with you. Just be kind. Try not to show that you maybe don't think highly of. If there's a teacher that your first week of teaching you don't think very highly of, whatever you do, try not to show it. Just be yourself, be friendly, and try to get along with those other teachers no matter what. Because the first interactions you're going to have at the school could set up, your entire working relationship with these people. So it's important that you keep it positive. The next thing, one thing I had to learn about is check yourself for resting angry face. If your face, when it's resting, if this is my face, people think I'm mad. And so I've got to like actively try to smile to make sure people know that I'm not angry, because if I'm deep in thought and I'm just trying to process something that happened, my kids, people are like, "Are you angry? What?" And no, I'm me. And so, looking in a mirror, taking a picture with yourself deep in thought, make sure that you are not giving off an angry face, because there's been plenty of times where there are teachers who they just give off an angry vibe. They're perfectly friendly people, but half the school just thinks that they're not very friendly just because of the way their face rests. Don't let that be you. That was me for a long time. If you don't have a mentor, someone that's in your classroom asking you how it's going, try to get one. If you can't find one in your building, go online, contact me. Try to get someone who you can bounce ideas off of. That's what you should know about other teachers. Want to help, but they're also very busy. So, not everyone's going to want to be the perfect mentor, but there are people out there who want to see you succeed, and make sure that you are connecting with them. What you should know about our teachers, you should be teachable. And if someone's trying to give you advice, you might not think you need it, but maybe they see something that you don't, and try to understand where people are coming from. The last two things I'll tell you about getting to know the other teachers and the other staff is that you should try to get to know the secretary in the business office. They're going to be helping you with ordering and with 100 other things that you're doing. And so at least, make sure they know your name, make sure they know a little bit about your personality, try to learn something about them, and keep it light, because they're going to be helping you. You're going to be interacting with them. You're going to be reliant on them in so many different ways. You want to make sure that, the business office is happy to see you come in and cheerful, because if you're stuck or you make a mistake on an order, I've done this so many times where I mess up or something doesn't get paid or whatever, if you're making extra work for them, well, they're okay with it if you're super nice and friendly. And they're not trying to, well, they're going to just help you out, and that'll be great. Be friendly to the janitorial staff would be the last one. They're also going to be helping you out a lot. If you make a mistake, if you need some extra help for something or setting something up, being kind to the janitorial staff is just a great way to grease the wheels and inside the school and kind of get what you need done quickly. So introduce yourself the first time you see them, learn their name, say their name whenever you see them, just try to be the person who treats them better than average, so that if you do make a giant mess in your room, it's not such a big deal and your principal's not hearing about it later. All sorts of stuff. If you're just kind, friendly, teachable, it really does help in ways that aren't subtle and ways that are that grow over time.